Hi, it's Hannah again. I just wanted to have another chat with you about how our hypnobirthing went. I did a video whilst I was pregnant with Jacob just to let you know how the hypnobirthing that I was having with Becky was going for me. And here is Jacob. He's now 3 months old and happily chewing on my thumb. So it all went really well. The pregnancy was going brilliantly and I was all set up to have my labour in the midwife-led unit. I was going to have my twinkle lights and my birthing pool as planned. And then I got to due date and he hadn't arrived. So I went for my routine midwife appointment 2 days later and they found that my blood pressure was really high. So I got sent straight to hospital for monitoring. They allowed me to carry on with daily monitoring and to monitor myself at home over the weekend, and he started to come first thing on the Monday morning about 5 o'clock. So I rang the delivery suite and just said that he was starting to come, and the first thing the midwife asked me was whether I was hypnobirthing, because I obviously sounded really calm, which I was actually, but I still had to go in for my monitoring on the Monday morning. No one in the unit there believed that I was in labour because, again, I was so calm. They actually had to check that I was in labour just to satisfy themselves that I was. They said that if he wasn't well on his way by 6 o'clock the following morning, I'd have to go in for what they called an acceleration, which didn't really appeal to me. As you know, I wanted minimum intervention during my labour. And so I was still very keen to make sure that that's what I got no matter what happened. So I came home and I went to bed, pulled the duvet over myself so I was in complete darkness, and within an hour I was getting surges every 7 minutes. So we waited till the traffic had died down at 6 o'clock that evening and we went in to the hospital, and that's where unfortunately it started to go a bit wrong. So my first midwife I had was really good and she got me into the position I wanted to be in, which was to lie on my left. And everything was going really well, and then another midwife came in who put the bed back to how it was before and wired me up to all the monitors and put the drips in and so on. And then unfortunately I wasn't allowed to get back into the position I wanted to get into, and very quickly the decisions were sort of made for me. So I was on the bed with a drip in one arm and monitors all over me, so I couldn't really move very easily. And I stayed like that for 10 hours. The cannula came out at one point and I was bleeding everywhere and I was sick, and you know, loads of little things went wrong and basically it wasn't going at all according to plan. However, I managed the whole thing with the baby back to back with just gas and air. I stayed really calm throughout the whole thing, and in the end I ended up going in the early hours of the morning for a C-section. Both the anaesthetists there were really amazed at how calm I was, and they kept asking me what I was doing, whether I was meditating, and I just said, no, I'm hypnobirthing. Even when they were putting the line into my back, which was something I'd always dreaded and was really a worst case scenario for me, I just breathed through it and stayed really calm. I managed fine without my gas and air when I couldn't have it. And he came at 4:35 in the morning. Absolutely fine, as you can see. He's quite healthy. I'm perfectly all right. At the end of my 10 hours labour, I really thought to myself, look, if I had to do another 10 hours of this, I could do it quite easily. It was only because really he wasn't going to come out naturally that we had to do the caesarean thing. But I don't feel at all bad about it. I think I was perfectly all right to do that, and I've made all the right decisions. And really, at the end of the day, it was out of my hands. After all the things we'd done to avoid that, there came a point where really it was beyond our control. So I'm really happy with how things went. I'm really proud that we did the hypnobirthing and it worked really well despite all of that went on. And I would definitely do it again with Becky. So I can highly recommend Becky if you're thinking of doing hypnobirthing. It will see you through whichever way your labour pans out, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I would definitely do it again. All right then, bye.